Hi everybody, welcome to my weekly craft along. We are Wednesday the 13th of November. Apologies, the dog just needs covering up. Well, he's happy now. We are Wednesday the 13th of November and it is 9:45 in the morning. So apologies for the slight delay. I said I would be with you for 9:30. I took a really urgent work call and it just needed to be done. So sorry for the delay, but better late than never. I'd like to say it's now warm out here, but it really isn't. So today I am going to share with you all a gift card holder card. And it's great for this time of year because gift giving at the moment, all anyone seems to be asking for is, can I have a gift card? Can I have money towards this? So I like to give my gift cards in a little bit of a fancier way. Because sometimes they just literally give you the card and you just think, well, what do I do? Do I wrap that? So gift card holders are really popular for this time of year. So I've created a little card that I'm going to share with you all. There is a free PDF that you can download with all the measurements on it and the link to this video. So if you already got that, great. If you haven't, don't worry. If you're watching live, that's going to be published at 11 o'clock this morning. But I have already shared with you the measurements for the products that I've used. So hopefully between us all, we're prepared, we know what we're doing, and we're going to have a little bit of a crafty morning together. Do let me know if you're watching live, if you're watching the replay. Let me know where you're watching from, or what products you're using if you're crafting at home, and how you are today. It's a really nice morning today, actually. It's nice and bright, it's very crisp. Definitely feels like Christmas is coming. I love this time of year. Leaves on the ground, the garden is full of leaves, and they're slowly starting to work their way into my barn. Okay, so let me switch over to my desk and then I'm going to show you the card and we can make a little start. Okay, so let me just move my monitor around so I can see comments. So morning to you, Melanie, Natalie, Carol and Leanne. Lovely to have you with us. Leanne is watching all the way from Melbourne. Very lovely to have you with us. Okay. So this is the card that I have shared in my sneak peek. It is a relatively flat card. If you're posting it, it probably would need to have additional postage on it because it has got a little bit of thickness to it. Or if you wanted to make it thicker, you could add in some dimensionals and then you could create a little box for it and really make it fancy. So the idea is it is a card. So you can write your message in here. You can really wish someone a happy Christmas. And then this is how it opens. So the bow is going to undo. And then this is where your decoration on the front is actually quite important because the ribbon slides underneath the decoration. So rather than it going over the top and covering poor little penguin's face, it slides under. So you need to think about this when you are decorating your card. So let me just slide that under. There we go. Slides under and then you can tie your bow this side. So it opens up like this. And here you have your little pocket for your gift card. I've added in a little Christmas message here. We've got some really nice stamp sets this year from the mini catalogue that have some really nice, what I would say, more detailed sentiments. So great for using in your inserts or adding extra wall messages to your card. So that's how it looks. And the pieces that you are going to need, I've done this card in two parts. So we have a card base for the actual card, this part here. And then we have this pull-out section in the front. Okay, so you actually need two pieces of A4 card. And then you cut them down. Now, if you wanted to get both pieces out of one A4 sheet, you just need to alter this measurement ever so slightly. The measurement of this one is 11 centimetres tall. But if you took that down to 10.5 centimetres, you would get both pieces out of one A4. Didn't really think about that when I was making this, but I probably should have done. So I have made this card with the Snowy Seasons Designer Series paper. and notes of Fletch Flamingo and Poppy Parade. I'm not going to use that. I like making the same cards, but I also like to show you some different products. So let me just put that over there. So I have picked up the Sentimental Christmas papers. These are from the mini catalogue as well, and they're really nice, sort of vintagey looking papers. I think they're really, really fab. And Stampin' Up this year, when you purchase these papers, a portion of the sale price of these papers actually goes towards charity. Stampin' Up are absolutely huge on making a difference, and they like to donate additional funds, especially at this time of year, to different charities. And I believe the charity this year is to fund charities related to children's literacy. So a really, really important charity, and addressing sort of lots of needs in education at the moment. So I've chosen these papers. And I'm actually going to use, do I use Christmas trees or do I use stripes? Now I want to use this as my topper. So let's use the stripe, shall we? Yeah, let's use the stripe. And I want that as my decoration. Okay. So we're going to start with the card base. So this is your card base, and it measures 10.5 centimetres across. And it's the length of an A4 sheet, so 29.8 centimetres. Okay, so we're just going to score this in half at 14.9. So that is your card base. Okay, let me get some white card. I haven't cut my pieces yet because I wasn't sure what I was using. But I thought if I don't cut my pieces, this gives you a little bit of extra time as well. So I want an insert for my card, an insert layer. So I've got basic white, and I want a piece that is 10 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres. Okay. And that is the piece for inside. Okay, so that's going to go in there. Next, we want a piece which is going to go on the front of our card, which is this piece you see in the rear here, and that's going to be exactly the same measurement, and that measurement is 10 centimetres by 14.4. So I'm going to get all my pieces ready, and then we can assemble the card. There we go. Those colours work really nice, and I think this paper would work really nice on a masculine birthday card, or people that like sort of more darker colours. So next we're going to work on this fold out piece here, and for that you need a piece that is 11 centimetres wide by 27 centimetres. Okay, and we want to score, so we turn this piece of card into 3 panels that are all equal size. So 27 divided by 3 is 9. So my children are in primary school, so those are the math sums that my brain can cope with. So we're going to score at 9 centimetres and at 18 centimetres. Okay, so we then have 3 equal panels, 9, 9 and 9. And this we're going to, what I would call Z fold it, because we want it to fold out. Okay, so your first fold is a mountain fold and your second fold is a valley fold. So you want to create a little bit of a pull out. Okay, so we now need to cut some pieces for this. So my first panel is white, then I have another piece of white and a piece of designer series paper, and then we have designer series paper here. Okay, so I'll cut the piece of white first, and that measurement is 8.5 centimetres by 10.5 centimetres. Okay. So I want to cut my 10.5 and my 8.5, and all I've done is I've taken the panel measurement down by 0.5 centimetre, because that then gives us a really nice sized border around the edge of that pretty peacock card. Okay, that's our first one. Then we want to cut exactly the same piece for the middle panel, That measurement was 8.5 centimetres by 10.5 centimetres. Hi, Kayla. Thanks for joining me, my lovely. I hope you're having a very good week. So that goes in here. And then we want to create a piece that has a pocket. So this piece here on the middle panel, we want to cut. Now, this measurement is 7 centimetres by 8.5 centimetres. I'm going to use the same pattern for this. So that pattern was 7 by 8.5. Now, if you're using patterns paper here, just be mindful of your direction. So I want 7 centimetres tall. Yeah, that's going to be wide enough. 7 centimetres tall and 10.5. No, that's not tall enough. Let's do 7 by 10.5. There we go. And that, what have I just done? It was 7 by 8.5, wasn't it? Silly me. Seven by 8.5. There we go. So that's the measurement you need. Oh dear. And that piece is going to sit there like so. And then we want another piece of DSP for this end panel. Now it's up to you whether you use the same pattern or you mix it up and choose a different pattern. I've used the same pattern on my sample, but actually I think I'm going to use a different pattern on this one just to show you what it looks like. Now this piece is going to be 8.5 by 10.5. I can do that, can't I? So here, that piece of paper is not wide enough because I need to be mindful of my direction. So let's see what this one measures. That's better. That's 10.5. And then 10.5 is my height, isn't it? Oh dear. I am good at this, I promise. So 10.5 is my height. And not 8.5 is my width, isn't it? There we go. We got there in the end, guys. So that is all my pieces cut. And actually, I quite like it with the different pattern there. So, hi, Sophie. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a good week as well, my dear. Kayla, it's a nice evening. You'll sit winding down with a cup of tea. Oh, bless you. I'll be having a cup of tea after this. I'll be there with you in spirit. And gorgeous designer series paper. It is really, really nice. I love these patterns. And I love this one as well, which I'm going to use on the front. So now we can start to put some of these pieces together. And I'm going to start with my card base. So I can stick in my inner piece of white. And actually, this is one of those cards, once you've done your cutting, it assembles really, really nicely. Inner one and then outer one. There we go. And that's my card base, all prepped and ready. So I can put that to one side. Hi, Maria. Lovely to have you with us. I'm going to start. So I cut the pieces moving left to right. I'm going to start now and go right to left. So I can stick in my main piece of DSP. That's going to go in there. I love that paper. I think it's the colours that I really like on these ones. I've got my piece of white. I'm going to ignore this piece at the moment. And then I have my piece of white here. There we go. Now what I'm going to do before I do anything else is I'm just going to draw a few little lines around my card. And then this one I don't need to draw around the bottom because we're going to put the patterns paper on. But you have something now that looks like that. What we need to do next is we need to create our pocket. So here is my original card and this is the pocket. Now I'm actually going to use a trusty circle punch. Now Stampin' Up no longer sell many circle punches at all. But if you've got them from before, they are such a timeless product. I will never, ever get rid of mine. I love using them. They're quick, they're simple. The kids love using them. And for things like this, you just want something really quick. If you don't have a circle punch, you could use a different shape. So you don't necessarily need a circle in there. You could use a different punch or you could use a die. So what you want to do is you want to take your piece of patterned paper, again, mindful of any direction, make sure it's up the right way. And you want to slide your circle punch or die in so that it creates a semicircle area. You want to make sure it's in the middle, vertically, horizontally, and then you just want to cut. You're just cutting a little thumb area out. So you've got something that looks like that, okay? And then when you stick this down, I'm going to stick mine down with some double-sided tape. And you want to put your double-sided tape on both sides and at the bottom. You don't want your gift card falling out. And you definitely don't want any double-sided tape across the top. Okay. There we go. So I've got my tape on 3 sides. Lift this off. It's quite nice to start my day. So I woke up to quite an email that I had to deal with at work urgently, as well as getting the kids off to school. It always happens. The days that Darren goes to the office, it always happens, doesn't it? So it's been a bit of a morning and I'm looking forward to a cup of tea and some breakfast after this. So now what I'm going to do is stick this down. I'm lining it up so it matches with the white card. And there we go. And then here's my gift card. And that can just get tucked in there like so. Okay, Maria. Oh my God, I'm trying to craft along with you and the dog is playing up. Oh no, what are they doing? Before you joined, Dave was having a little bark here. Right, now we need to think about ribbon. I want my card. And the idea is this piece is going to sit on the card like so. So what we need to do is we need to put our ribbon in before we do anything else. So let's choose ribbon. What ribbon shall I use today? So this is going on the front. And what ribbons have I got? Let's use this one. I think this could be old, metallic ribbon, but look, it goes really, really nicely with this. So you want to cut a piece that is probably about 50 centimeters long, and you want it to be a decent length because it needs to fold around, and then you need a decent amount left over on the left to tie your ribbon. Okay. So I'm going to just have a little play and see what I need. Okay. So that has given me about that much. And is this the same as what I've got? Oh, yeah, about that. Let's just pull it a little bit further. So pull it round so that it matches and then cut that off. And here comes the fun part. You want to basically hold it in place. So with it held in place across the centre, I'm holding onto that really tightly. You watch, I'll drop it now. Hold on to it tightly, turn it over, and then you want to put some double-sided tape across there to hold your ribbon. She wants to go outside. Well, it's obviously more fun outside. This is where I could do with a second pair of hands. Thank goodness tear and tape is very straightforward to use. So when you've got that stuck into place, you can kind of let it go now. And then you want to add some glue to this area. And you want to now stick it down on the front of your card. And I'm lining it up so that it is in the middle of your card front. Give it a nice press down. And there we go. So it's starting to now come together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie my bow this side now, so I know where to put my decoration. This ribbon is so pretty. I definitely think it has retired. Now, apologies that I'm using retired product if it has, but I just think with ribbon, you just have to use what you've got and you use what goes with whatever you're using. So for those of you that are here, it is Pretty Peacock and Gold ribbon. The product number is 162588. So just pop the product number into the Stampin' Up website and it will tell you. If it comes up, it's current. If it doesn't come up, it's retired. So I'm going to cut out one of these wreaths. So which one am I going to use? Or do I just cut out the seam? No, I think I'm going to cut out a wreath. Okay. So I'm going to trim around one of these wreaths. Patterns paper is probably one of my most favourite things about Stampin' Up. They just seem to do the patterns paper so well, especially at this time of year. I feel like I've cut out at least 5 whole sheets of 12 by 12 paper, and I'm about to do my customer thank you cards for last month this afternoon, so I'm sure there will be more cutting out to be done. Quite nice. Stick a film on or your audiobook or whatever you like using. I'm going to cut up there. It's getting a little bit busy. Let's just trim around this. I'm going to use this as my topper for this card. Morning, Carol. Thanks for hopping on. We are making a gift card holder card today as our project. Perfect for this time of year. And actually, you could even get away with using this for any occasion if you're giving a gift card. Look at that, isn't it cute? If you're following along at home, let me know what you're using. And if you're not following along at home, that's absolutely fine. If you're watching on the replay, hope that it's all okay. Right, so here comes the fun part. I'm going to undo my ribbon because this piece is just ever so slightly wider than that. So I need to think about where my ribbon is going to go. So what you want to do is you want to make sure there is a channel underneath your decoration for the ribbon to slide through. So I need to put my foam pads, my Stampin' Dimensionals, in this area up here and this area below, on the reverse, of course. So let's just get some pads. Here we go. Let's just make sure I've got it up the right way. Pads are really important for this because you want to create, like I said, you want to create that channel, and it just gives you, it just makes life a lot easier, and I'm all for making life easier. So you can see now I've got that clear channel through the centre. So pull my ribbon across again and then stick that down. Pull that back out now. Stick it down, and then when you want to put your ribbon through, just lift it up and feed it out the other side. Come out. There it is. It's up there. And then now you know where you can tie your ribbon. And if it's a little bit high, you can move it. If it's a little bit low, you've got a little bit of wiggle room. Oh, what's going on here? I can never tie bows live. I always seem to get myself in a pickle. There we go. There's my bow. So now I want a little bit of a sentiment on that. So what sentiments do I have on my desk? I have Season of Wonder and Happiness. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use a die that I used on my live the other night. This is it's from the new Happy Hibiscus online exclusives, and it's just really, really useful. And shall we do some heat embossing? Yes, let's do heat embossing. Check that my heat tool is switched on. Oh, Nathan, hello, my darling. I hope you're feeling better soon. Nice day at home with mum always helps. Just does the trick, doesn't it? I hope he doesn't pass it on as well, Sophie. Right, let's do some heat embossing. So I'm heat embossing with white, my favourite. So the trick with heat embossing is your embossing buddy. So let's give that a little wipe across your card. It's just going to remove any static that you can't see. You don't know it's there, but trust me, when you do your embossing and it appears, you'll really kick yourself. Right. Stamp, I'm using a Versamark stamp pad. Nice. Burn pressure. Dip it in your embossing powder. Give it a tap. So that's a really lovely, lovely sentiment. It says a season of wonder and happiness, and it is definitely wonder. I wonder how I'm going to get this organised. I wonder how I'm going to get it all done. I wonder how long it takes to cook the turkey. I wonder how many mince pies I'm going to eat. I'm already on my third box for those that are interested. So let's heat this now. Melanie's put not too good for heat embossing. Okay. I would suggest just keep practicing. But honestly, an embossing buddy will be your best friend. You want to also hold your heat tool still. I see a lot of this when people are heat embossing. It's not going to work in their favour. The trick with heat embossing is patience. Take the time and practice, okay? So I'm moving my heat tool along as it starts to set, all right? And then you can never heat embossing kind of too much. Well, you can because your paper will burn, but I'm really making sure that's done. And then that's it. So Melanie, I set you a challenge. Practice, practice, practice. Now this die fits perfectly over that sentiment. There are dies that come with this set that you could have used, but I just seem to like this die at the moment. I'm going to run it through my die machine, which is just behind me. And there we go. There is my heat emboss sentiment that has now been die cut. A season of wonder and happiness. And I'm going to pop that in there just like so. I think that's really pretty. Let's put a little bit of glue on the top. I like this die because it just seems to sit in that little channel at the bottom there perfectly with what I've used. Okay, so all I've got left to do is undo my ribbon, pull that out, and then I've got this little panel here that needs a little something. So I have used the Nested Essential dies, which are up here on my shelf. Nested Essential dies, another very, very well used set of dies. They are in the annual catalogue, but they're very hidden. I'm going to cut one of these from white card. I have my die cut shape, and that's the perfect size for there. The sentiment I used the other day says, wishing you all the things that warm your heart and lift your spirits. So let's grab a Pretty Peacock ink pad and get that stamped. And this sentiment sits really nicely on this die as well. Wishing you all the things that warm your heart and lift your spirits. There we go. Beautiful sentiment. And now, as I said at the beginning, if you're planning to post this, you don't want your card to have too much depth. If you're going to give it to someone, hand deliver it to someone, you don't have to worry about that. I don't know who mine's for yet. So I'm going to stick mine in with some wet glue so it's flat. And then from my paper, spotted this earlier, I'm going to cut myself out one of the little reindeers so there's a little bit of detail on the inside. And one of the things I love about this card and how I've decorated it, I've hardly used any equipment. And that's what I love about patterned paper. You can just use it to your benefit and really make your projects come to life. And these little characters are so cute. So I'm just following this around. And then there I can put my little reindeer on. Hi, Wendy. Arrive late, we'll watch on catch up. Lovely. Well, very happy hello to you if you're watching on catch up. And that's it. That is my gift card holder, all complete. Second card done. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. Are you a pink fan or are you a green fan? Now I've done this one, I really, really love it, but I also love the brightness and the fun of this one here. I know this one would be really, really perfect for my daughter, Emily. She's really into cutesy, and I know she definitely is desperate for a Lego gift card for Christmas. She loves a little Lego haul. So that's it from me this week, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, whether you've joined me live or you've joined me on the replay. If you're planning to post your cards on social media, I'd love to see them. So please tag me on Instagram if you're popping them there, or if you're on Facebook, you can pop them in my Facebook community page. I love to see how my designs inspire your creativity. So I will leave you all there, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. And I will be live again on Monday evening at 8:30 for my weekly demonstration. Who knows what I'm doing? There's a few days before then, and I'm now off to make myself a cup of tea and some breakfast. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.